What's up, herd? Lonely Bull in Asia here in Bangkok, Thailand. My new hometown. Moved here in October. I've been here 3 years now in Southeast Asia. I moved in the end of February of 2022. Was it the right decision? And should I stay? We'll do that next. Okay, so we're heading to Benjakitti Park. Back behind me is Sukhumvit Road. I just got off the BTS, the Asok BTS. So if you take, if you're familiar at all with Bangkok, it's where Terminal 21 is. This is the road that runs past there, kind of between Terminal 21 Mall and Sukhumvit 23, where Soy Cowboy is. There's a landmark that you might be familiar with. But if you just head up this road about a half mile, you will run into Benjakitti Park, one of the bigger parks in Bangkok. It's a beautiful park. It's got a big lake in the middle, lots of places to walk around and sit, just enjoy nature. It's a lot more quiet than it is here right on the street. So we're heading that way, and then we'll talk about my 3 years here in Southeast Asia. Is it worth it? You'll see some sidewalk vendors along the way here on your way to Benjakitti, selling different things, fruits, juices, water, different items. That's the neat thing about Bangkok and Thailand in general, is that you're going to see street vendors and street food virtually everywhere. I mean, you probably couldn't walk less than a quarter of a mile without seeing another street vendor or a group of street vendors. So that's what's nice. If you like street food, you're going to enjoy Thailand and Bangkok. So here's Benjakitti Park right here. Walk around a little bit and find a place to sit. This time of day, it's close to 5 o'clock. Yeah, it's probably 5 o'clock. Sun will be setting real soon. This is the busy time of day, but the weather at this time of year is beautiful. I mean, I went outside this morning and it was almost chilly. It's 72 degrees right now. So just a magnificent day, and just a good day to be out and enjoy nature. See how much more quiet it is now that we got to the park. You get away from the traffic and all the noise that Bangkok brings, and you've got this nice, beautiful environment. Look at that. Just amazing. I've done a video here before when I first moved here, actually. So just a little background. Like I said, I've been here 3 years now, almost exactly 3 years. I was hired to start an Asian division for an online global university, and they wanted to start up an Asian division. So they hired me as a director of admissions to head up the Asia division and build a team. And so my whole plan was to move to the Philippines, Metro Manila, because the English language was good there and I could hire English speaking employees there in the Philippines, pay them a decent salary, and start up the division. Okay, so that was in September of 2021 when they hired me out of Tulsa, Oklahoma. I was living in Tulsa, Oklahoma at the time, and so I jumped at the chance because I've wanted to go to Asia for, I had a chance to go in 2016 teaching English in Shenzhen China, and I passed it up, and I regretted it ever since. So when this opportunity came up, I jumped at it. So I took it, did a lot of research from the time they hired me in September, found out where I wanted to go. I had it narrowed down to Bangkok, Kuala Lumpur, and Manila, Philippines. And I picked the Philippines because at the time the cost of living was cheaper, the English was better, and I'd actually had dated a Filipina before, so I kind of had an ulterior motive, so to speak, to go there. But when in February, they announced, February 2022, they announced that they were going to open the Philippines up from COVID. So I booked my ticket, had to get my shots because I didn't have the shots yet. So I had to get the shots to go. And so I got my shots, and the end of February, I think they opened up in February 10th, I believe that was the date, 2022. And so the end of February, I moved out there and stayed in Metro Manila, and actually in Bonifacio Global City, which is in the NCR, the National Capital Region. It's part of Taguig, if you're familiar with how Metro Manila is. It's part of Taguig, but it's a smart city within itself. Beautiful city, very Western, a lot of amenities, a walkable city, you walk anywhere. So they had great, good Wi-Fi, good high-speed Wi-Fi, which was what I needed because we did a lot of phone calls to prospective students all over Asia, and we used our computer to do that. So I needed good Wi-Fi. So I was able to do that. So I moved there, and I found a condo and lived there until, well, I was the end of 2021 was when my contract ended. It was a year contract. And so, after I'd set everything up, so my contract ended, I had an option. I could look for work, and this is what I tried to do. I tried to find work where I didn't have to move back to the U.S. I got a lot of job offers back in the U.S. and good job offers, but I just didn't want to. I've been there for a year in the Philippines, and I just decided that I didn't want to move back to the U.S. If I'd moved back to the U.S., I would have had to work till I was 70 before I would be able to retire and be comfortable. And I figured out that I could stay in the Philippines where I was, even in BGC, which is arguably the most expensive city in the Philippines. I could stay there for maybe about half or maybe a third of what I would have to spend in the US. So I decided to retire early. So I was there for almost 3 years in BGC. And BGC is a very small area. You can walk it in less than 20 minutes, walk the entire length of the city in less than 20 minutes. It's very convenient though. You don't need a car, you don't need a vehicle. It's got great restaurants, a lot of really nice malls, bars, clubs, you name it, they've got it, groceries, all within walking distance. So it was a really convenient place. I met a lot of good people. I dated a lot of beautiful Filipina in the 3 years I was there. I had a serious relationship with one that we recently split up. But we're still very good friends, and who knows what the future will hold, but that's for another video. So it got a little small for me, and if you know me, I get that itch to change venue and change scenery about every 2 or 3 years, and we were coming up on 3 years in BGC, and so I was just ready for a change. And I'd been traveling a lot in Southeast Asia. I'd been to Vietnam, Ho Chi Minh City, Da Nang, Vung Tau. I've been to Thailand, here in Bangkok, down to Hua Hin, to Chiang Mai, to Pattaya. So I've been in a lot of places. Been to Singapore, been to Tokyo. But I wanted to make a change, and I thought about moving somewhere else in the Philippines, but I thought, you know what, there's nothing better than BGC in the Philippines for what I'm looking for. And so I've already lived that life, so I wanted to have a complete change. So I decided to move to Bangkok last October. And so I moved out here, signed a 1-year lease on a condo that's in Samut Prakan, which is just kind of the south of Bangkok, kind of a suburb, so to speak. But it's right off the train, right off the BTS, Samrong station. So it took me 25 minutes to get to Asok today. So not far at all. And 50 baht was the cost. So it's about less than $1.50 to travel. So I'm here, and I've been here since October. So what are we looking at? October, November, December, January. 4 months, going on 5 months. It's flying by. It doesn't feel like I've been here for that long. It feels like I just got here. But in January, I took a trip to Da Nang, Vietnam, and decided that I've been there a couple other times, so I really love the beach there, and I just love the vibe of that. It's so different than the city here in Bangkok. So I decided I was going to rent an apartment. So I went apartment hunting, and I found a really nice little 35 square meter apartment right there in the An Thuong area district, 3 blocks from the beach. A great neighborhood, lots of neat little restaurants and bars. So I signed a lease for that. I only did a 3-month lease with an option to extend if I want. And I went there on a 90-day multiple entry visa, which expires mid-March of this year. So I'll go back again probably in February through the extent of my 90 days and decide what I want to do. Whether I want to keep that unit and just kind of bounce back and forth between Thailand and Vietnam, or just end that lease and spend most of my time here in Thailand. I haven't decided yet. I always miss where I'm not at. So, I've been here in Bangkok. I've been back here for not even a week, I don't think. And I love it. I mean, I missed it so much. So I'm so happy I'm back. But I'm already missing the beach too. So I'm spoiled, I guess you can call me. But so 3 years here in Southeast Asia, is it worth it? Let's talk about the expenses first of all. There's no way that I could afford to rent one nice condo here with all the amenities, the gym, the infinity pool, the co-working space, 19th floor, beautiful little condo, and have a nice apartment 3 blocks from the beach at the other place. There's no way I could do that in the US. No way on earth. Hello. There's no way that could happen. So I'm able to afford to be living in 2 different places in Asia, basically at one time, and bounce back and forth. It's kind of like having my apartment down in Da Nang. It's by the beach. It's like having a summer house, in Martha's Vineyard or something like that. Only about 1/10 of the cost probably. So I pay $270 a month for rent in Da Nang. I pay about $360 a month here for my condo. So we're talking just over $640, $650, something like that, which is just a little more than I was paying in the Philippines in BGC. I was paying about $600 a month there, but I was also paying for Wi-Fi. Both my places, the one here in Bangkok and the one in Da Nang, I have free Wi-Fi and it's high speed. This one's 500 megabytes per second up and down, and the one in Da Nang is like 300 Mbps. So that's all free. I just pay for electric and water, and my bills have come to about not even $40 a month each. But right now we're in a good season because I hardly ever run my AC. I didn't run my AC at all in Da Nang because it's quite chilly there because I was at the end of rainy season. Here I rarely run my AC. I'll run my fan, but not the AC. So my utility bills have been really low, plus the fact that I haven't stayed in either place for a long period of time yet. So I've been bouncing back and forth. So the cost of living is so much cheaper. Food is cheap. I can eat street food here, and I have no problem eating street food. Never have gotten sick eating street food, and it's super cheap. You can get, you can buy good street food for 50, 60 baht, which is about $1.50 or less. In Da Nang, I can go get a banh mi sandwich for 20 or 25,000 dong, which is about $1. Less than $1. So you can get 7-Eleven here. They have good food here. There's an older lady, Thai lady, that's right outside my condo every day, and her and her husband fry up chicken. That's where I'll go and have my dinner. I'll go buy a couple pieces of chicken for like 40 baht, which is $1.20 or less. So the options are great. I mean, I could spend a lot of money if I want. There's lots of great choices for restaurants here. If I want to eat Western food, maybe I'll go to O'Shea's Irish pub, and if I have breakfast there, I may get. They've got for like 230 baht or something like that. You can pick 7 items like eggs and pancakes and bacon and sausage or whatever. 7 different items for like 239 baht, something like that. So that's under $7. I like getting the little muffin, like an egg and sausage muffin. It's huge, and it's only 99 baht, which is under $3. So they've got great choices. There's a place I like to go to called 39 Craft Coffee. It's right on Sukhumvit 39, or right near it. And you can get street food on the outside there and take it in and pay for it. It's like 60 baht for 2 choices with rice. And then get your coffee. I get a big Americano, or I think it's called a tall black or something like that, hot. And so the whole thing is less than 100 baht, so less than $3. So that's one of my go-to places if I want to get breakfast. But they have other places too. There's a Tom and Tom's coffee shop that's got a really nice, like a pretzel, it's kind of like a pretzel, like a pizza pretzel kind of thing with pepperoni. That's really good, and it's like, I think 90 baht or less than that or something like that. So there's a lot of choices. If you want to go real high end, you can eat at some of the really nice steakhouses around here. But if you want to eat on a budget, there's that option. Same with in Da Nang, you can eat on a budget. I had a dinner. There's a video that I've posted recently that shows I had a lunch at a place. I had 2 different entrees. Basically, I had a banh mi sandwich, and I also had some crisp spring rolls, and the whole thing cost less than $7. So the options are great. So cost of living as far as rental and utilities, cheaper, a lot cheaper. Food is cheaper. The people are nice. You don't have to worry about all the crap that goes on in the West. People are very friendly. They love to talk to you. This is the land of smiles. Philippines the same way. Philippines, you can eat cheap there too, or you can eat as expensive as you want. Of the 3 places, Philippines, Vietnam, and Thailand, I think the Philippines is probably the highest for rentals, unless you get out in the province. But if you're like in the city, especially like a BGC area, you're going to spend a little more for rentals, but you're going to have the convenience, the Western convenience that you like. So, but it's still cheaper than the U.S. So those 2 are the main reasons why I'm still here. The friendly people. Dating is easier, especially in the Philippines. If you're an older expat and you want to date, you're going to have an easier time in the Philippines. Now, things are changing a little bit, so just be aware of that. It's not as easy as it used to. When I came there 3 years ago, it was real easy. Of course, I was 3 years younger, and I was making a U.S. salary, so maybe that had a little bit to do with it. But in all seriousness, it's a little easier to date there than it is here in Thailand, and it's a little easier to date in Thailand than it is in Vietnam. The main differences in Thailand and Vietnam is they're very careful. They want to make sure that you're actually living here. They are not interested in holiday boyfriends. Now, you will run into those things. You'll run into those Thai women and even some Vietnamese women that are looking for those holiday boyfriends. They wanted that transactional short time relationship, the freelance type, and you'll run into that, and you'll run into that plenty, especially if they're under 30 years old, even under 35. But if you're looking for a serious relationship, you can find that in the Philippines. You'll find the transactional ones there too, but you'll be able to find a serious relationship in the Philippines. You'll be able to find that here in Thailand, only just a little harder, and then in Vietnam would be a little harder still. Don't ask me about the other countries in Southeast Asia. I don't know. But so those are the main reasons. And then I've made a lot of friends here. I've made a bunch of really good friends in BGC in the Philippines. I've already made a good group of 4 or 5 friends here in Thailand, in Bangkok. We're actually, next month, we're gonna go on a golf trip down to Hua Hin. And they came and visited me when I was in Vietnam, one of them did. And then I had some of my friends from BGC in the Philippines come down and visit me here in Thailand and also in Vietnam. So we've remained friends even after I've moved, and it's been great. And I've actually made a couple of friends already in Vietnam, in Da Nang too. So it's easy. It seems like it's easier to make friends here too, even foreign and locals. It just seems a lot easier to make friends. People are friendlier. They're stress-free. Not like in the U.S. or in the West, where it's really hard to even get somebody to say hello to you without them thinking you have an agenda that's hidden. Why are you talking to me? So, but here it's not like that. Generally speaking, everybody's really friendly. It's hard to say which country is more friendly as far as the locals. You'll get arguments from all 3, but I would say it's a dead even. The Philippines, Thailand, and Vietnamese people are all very, very friendly. The only difference is the Thai and the Vietnamese people may be a little reluctant to start a conversation with you because of their English proficiency. So that may hold them back a little bit. And I found that to be true also in Japan when I was in Tokyo. People are super friendly and they want to help you, but if their English isn't good, it's hard to start a conversation and it's hard to get them to interact with you at the beginning. So just understand that. It's not that they're not friendly, it's just that maybe they're a little embarrassed because they don't speak our language. So I've been trying to learn a little bit of Thai and a little bit of Vietnamese when I'm there. And so that's been helpful a little bit. At least it breaks the ice, at least you show that you're trying. So yeah, it's important to assimilate to wherever you are. Don't think that they're gonna change and change to your culture and your values. You're in their country, so assimilate to theirs. But so it's been really good this 3 years, and I have no plans on moving back to the U.S. I do have to go back this year to take care of some personal business, but it's just going to be temporary, just a few weeks, and I'm right back here to Bangkok or Vietnam or even back to BGC. I'm not leaving that out of the question. So it's been fun, and 3 years and counting. And if you're wondering about coming out here, if you're thinking about it, do an exploratory trip. Spend some time. If you got weeks, 3-4 weeks to spend in a certain spot, I would encourage you to do it. Check it out, see how you like it. Live like you're, come here not like you're on vacation. Come here like you're living here, and see how it fits you. I would encourage you to do that. You'll have a good time, and I don't think you'll regret it. Now, it's not for everybody, but if you're thinking about it, give it a shot, right? What's stopping you? So, hope you enjoy this. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. And as always, live life, my friend. We'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.